will be flowing. The intensity will be high, and these two will be ready to write another chapter in their storied rivalry. Welcome to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. It's the Florida Gators and the Georgia Bulldogs. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
Guys, Coach Kirby Smart told me he knows that they have got one of the best wide receivers in the country. Highly rated and experienced, but a young quarterback. They have tried to put some things in this week that will help them get the ball to their best target on the field. We'll keep you posted as the game continues. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense will have the football first. The Dogs able to hunker down and get out with a close win the last time they saw the Gators.
Yeah, anytime you get a win in Jacksonville, anytime you beat Florida, it's a success. It doesn't matter if it's by 100 or if it's by 1. Georgia fans know how much this means to them, and so do these players.
Yeah, you know, they call this game the world's largest cocktail party. The energy in the stands is just completely different. That's something David and I obviously have experienced before. And after that Georgia win last year, man, those Bulldog fans, they stuck around. They were here in Jacksonville, hanging out at the stadium, enjoying it all through the night. They've been enjoying it all year, and they're hoping to order some more adult beverages after this one, too.
3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it up to 48. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Handoff, Frazier running left. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. They give it to him again. They've got him in the backfield, and that will be a loss of pretty much what he got on the previous play. It'll be 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires on the move. Soft spot in the middle. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. And the Bulldogs are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Send the tight end in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. He lost it high and deep down the left side. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive. They were really starting to put a drive together, and after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Hauls it in. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. So now on comes the field goal unit. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
So Florida's offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. There's Travell Jones Jr. What a luxury it is to have a guy like Ellis Robinson IV and maybe take away a receiver from this offense. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Pryor. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. This offense will snap him from the 42 on 1st and 10. Handoff for Ball. A Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Florida. Boy, did they have a big pickup in recruiting. Stud in the secondary. 5-star defensive back. Gives them a verbal. What a huge boost for this program, David.
This is enormous. Getting a guy in the...
There's a little room there. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. He leaves it with the back. Just ran over it. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down. And the Gators are in the red zone. Off the play fake on first down. Now improvising. Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Here's the give off the left side. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. 7th play of the drive coming up, and a long way to go on third down. Off the play fake. Takes a hit as he fires. Makes the catch. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. The Gators come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. Trying to do it on the ground. Moving toward the end zone. Ball out!
The defense comes up big time on the 4th down play. Trying to get the stop, making sure he doesn't get a first down. The fumble, it's just the icing on the sundae. That's fine. We'll take it. But more importantly, they got a big stop and turnover on downs.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Wiley. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Bulldogs really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Fires to the right. Makes the grab. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. The Dogs will line it up on 1st and 10. To the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. The last completion got him 6, now it's 2nd and 4. Running inside, it's Frazier. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play, it's down at the 35. 3rd and short here from the 35, might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. The lead is 6 in the first.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Jones wants to throw it. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. 3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Gators send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, and I like the quarterback's quick decision-making. Puts it on the ground, decides to take it himself, goes, gets the necessary yardage. First down.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Under fire. He's got him in the flat. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark. And the Dogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Frazier. Knocked down after a short game, but enough to move those chains. The moments, the big plays from rivalry games like this went etched in your memories, and here are some that I'm sure will bring back some warm and some heartbreaking memories. Reads it, fires complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Just keeps slinging it. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes the grab. It's Humphries. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
That is a really good-looking throw. You think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks in Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that...
Snags it, and there's running room. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. And the Bulldogs go back to work after moving the chains through the air. He's looking to throw. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Quick strike through the air for the score. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking. You play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost him, Reese.
On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Jones to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Spits it out to the back. With the catch, it's Ball. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
And I think with Florida, man, it's all about the quarterback position. When it was rolling at its peak, right, it was Jesse Palmer and Tim Tebow. That guy was pretty good, too. But, like, finding that guy that can make the plays. I think bringing in Buster Faulkner is a big deal. They'll have a great offensive identity. But, Palmer, Florida's good when they got the trigger.
Well, the good news is they didn't have to leave the U.S. border to find the next guy like they did way back in the day. But you're right. I think Buster Faulkner really is the key. I thought one of the big moves for John Sumrall in the offseason was bringing in Faulkner as his offensive coordinator. One of the most difficult coordinators to defend. You ask any D coordinator in the country, and he always seems to get the best out of his quarterback. So they had a guy in DJ Lagway. They had really high hopes. Things didn't work out. He moves on to Baylor. But this is a critical spot. How quickly this new quarterback can get on the same page as his play caller, that's critical for their success.
And the Gators want to move quickly.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30. The Gators pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. Sets up the screen. Oh, he's got some space. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. and down to the 9. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Oh, look, Ma, one hand. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The Bulldogs will use their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a second time in this one. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Timeout on the field, and that's the second call by Georgia. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. They'll try to run with ball. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. Jones wants to throw it. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Florida!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll start this drive going to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. The short hands, it's Humphreys. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no-huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play.
Makes a grab and room to run. He's at the slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Jones to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Singleton. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely. Wants to go right back downfield. Throws for the tight end. Intercepted deep in his own end. Bringing it back. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Ripping through the defense. Touchdown, Dogs! And they turn it into a defensive score. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these 2 teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Might be changing the route. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. Working on the right. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. 1 more snap coming before halftime. wants to throw on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye, that Bull Gator head. Let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half. Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. Jones wants to throw it. Under fire. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Oh, they dial up on second and a long way to go. The run inside. It's Pryor. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And they can't make the play on third down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Fighting off the defender. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended in. Going to take a shot. And the throw downfield winds up incomplete, and there's a good reason for that. This guy was being mugged by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught him.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Pryor. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Second down, they'll go to the air. Wilson's got it. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Gators have this offense rolling. Jones to throw. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense picks it up. Nothing but green grass down the middle. Scoop and score. Touchdown, Georgia.
And how about this defense, man? They just keep making plays. Another forced turnover and another touchdown, man. They don't just scoop these fumbles up. They're scooping them up with the intent to score. Their second fumble return for a touchdown today.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Things couldn't have gone much worse the last time they had it, Jesse, giving up that fumble for a touchdown.
You're right, Reese. Because of their own carelessness, they've spotted the opponent at touchdown. It's now imperative.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now first down from the 39. Here's a heat. Complete to the right. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Gators come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Singleton. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The Gators with the 1st and 10. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Gators. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
Looking for blockers. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. They're dealing with a second and long. Running inside, it's Frazier. Corralled and brought down by the defense. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. He's running free down the middle. Touchdown, Bulldog. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. There is little the Dogs enjoy more than sticking it to the Gators, and boy, are they doing it right now.
Yeah, taking care of business. And listen, Georgia prides itself on being a physical unit. Every year, they're going to just pound you and bludgeon you. And Florida has had no response, just like in the last several games in this series. Georgia's just, they got the upper hand.
Georgia's always had talented teams. Certainly they were very talented back in the day when I played them. The program was a great place. But because of recent success, they're just at a different level now. What they're recruiting, what the expectations are, and they're really showing that here in the second half.
He fires to the left side. He's got it on the outside. Shakes a man, and he might take off. Into the house. Touchdown, Gators.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you've got to respect it. You've got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
And he's going to bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Gets the back moving. They'll start this drive with a pass. Got it. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me.
Finding some room. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On first down, Nate Frazier. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Behind the chains now on second and long. Handoff for Frazier. They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34. 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. And with the pressure on him, the quarterback goes down, and we've played 3 quarters here. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. The Gators headed quickly to the line.
is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this off.
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Makes the catch. It's Humphries. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. They'll give to Frazier. He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On first down, Nate Frazier. Headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9. And he makes the extra point. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The run inside. It's Pryor. Breaks into the open. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Handoff for Ball. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Makes the grab. He puts him in business across the 50. Down. Running it to the right. Picks up the first down. Slips one guy, and now he's loose. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Florida!
Yeah, and listen, that is awesome to see the guys continue to fight, continue to keep competing, because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight. You powered in for the touchdown, and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
Out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The give on the counter. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun here with Nate Frazier. He gave it a big effort, but he stopped at the 22. Not quite enough to move the sticks. It'll be 4th down. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Can they catch him? Touchdown, Florida! Special teams coming through, the 3rd aspect of the game, delivering big time.
Hey, Kick it to him at your own will, man, because that dude has a jetpack. He can absolutely fly. You see why they got him back deep, man. Catch it, let people kind of get an angle on him, and he just goes zoof, and takes off, erases angles. His speed back there as a punt returner, man, is it dangerous.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Here's a give to Frazier. Turning it on. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Looking to fire. They're working that left side. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Another chapter of this rivalry in the books, and this